Have you ever stared in the mirror and wondered why your body doesn't respond the way it used to? Not just in energy, but in confidence, firmness, or fullness during intimate moments? Hi, I'm Dr. Mika Hayashi, and for years, I've helped men navigate these changes calmly, clearly, and without the shame so often tied to size and potency. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that's generating a lot of curiosity online. Baking soda. That simple white powder sitting in your kitchen cabinet, once used for baking, cleaning, and grandma's home remedies, is suddenly appearing in viral videos promising miracles for size and performance. By the end of this video, when you hear people claim, "Use baking soda this way, and see what happens to your size," you'll be able to smile with confidence, because you'll know exactly what's true, what's myth, and how to use it responsibly without harming your body. Let's start with honesty. There's no baking soda trick that will permanently increase your size. No cream, bath, or homemade drink is going to reshape your intimate tissue at 50 or 60. Your size is determined by genetics, hormones, and early development, not by powders or kitchen hacks. But here's the important part. What can change dramatically is how your tissue fills with blood, the quality of your erections, your vitality, and your confidence. These are the factors that really affect your intimate experience, and yes, certain habits, including careful uses of baking soda, can indirectly support these changes. Before we talk about how to use it safely, let's clarify what baking soda really is. Chemically, it's sodium bicarbonate, a mild alkaline salt. In cooking, it releases gas to make dough rise. Medically, it's been used to neutralize stomach acidity or, in hospitals, to correct specific blood pH imbalances under supervision. Athletes have even explored it as a buffer to counteract acidity from intense exercise. But it's far from a magic powder. It's a tool with clear limits, defined benefits, and potential risks if misused. So, what does this have to do with your intimate health? Male sexual response relies primarily on circulation, nerve function, and hormones. Anything that improves blood vessel health, pressure, metabolism, and inflammation can help your existing tissue perform better. Misuse of baking soda, on the other hand, can add excess sodium, strain your heart and kidneys, and actually impair circulation, doing the opposite of what you want. To illustrate this, imagine two men. Ernesto, 65, takes large spoonfuls of baking soda daily, chasing viral promises. Weeks later, he experiences bloating, nausea, higher blood pressure, and irregular erections. His body is signaling discomfort, but he continues the routine. Meanwhile, Luis, 58, uses baking soda, sensibly occasionally in cooking, sometimes in a gentle, warm bath for skin comfort, while focusing on walking, managing weight, eating better, and building confidence. His intimate health improves, not because of magic powder, but because he addressed circulation and habits, the real drivers of vitality. Now, let's dive deeper into how baking soda can be used safely, and more importantly, what it cannot do. Many men see it online and think it's a shortcut to size or performance, but the truth is, its role is subtle, supportive, and only when used responsibly. Luis, the man we talked about earlier, understands this. He uses small amounts in the kitchen to reduce acidity in meals, or occasionally in a warm bath for minor skin irritations, like chafing or sweating. The key is moderation. Gentle applications, never directly on sensitive tissue, and never believing it will reshape or enlarge anything. These simple practices do something important: they improve comfort. When the skin feels healthier, fresher, and less irritated, confidence rises. And confidence, as I've seen countless times in my practice, directly affects performance. Feeling relaxed, in control, and at ease with your body allows your circulation to work at its best. This is a principle that far outweighs any viral promise about instant size. Oral use of baking soda is even trickier. A teaspoon here or there for occasional heartburn is usually safe for healthy adults, but daily consumption, especially in larger amounts, can be dangerous. Each dose adds sodium, which in mature men with high blood pressure kidney concerns, or cardiovascular strain can worsen circulation and increase vascular stiffness, exactly the opposite of what you want for healthy erectile function. Misusing it as a male tonic is a shortcut that doesn't exist and may backfire. The real story of intimate health comes down to circulation, confidence, and overall well-being. Martin, a 62-year-old patient I worked with, tried every recipe he found online, from baking soda drinks to massages, hoping to increase size. Months of discomfort, irritated skin, and stress followed. But when we shifted focus to walking daily, managing blood pressure, improving sleep, reducing stress, and opening honest communication with his partner, everything changed. His size didn't grow, but his erections became firmer, more reliable, and most importantly, his confidence skyrocketed. That's the transformation every man should aim for. Health, control, and assurance, rather than chasing a centimeter promised online. Using baking soda properly means respecting its real purpose: an occasional kitchen ingredient, a gentle skin aid, or an occasional antacid, not a performance enhancer. Misuse adds risk, while thoughtful, measured use supports your body without misleading expectations. Understanding this distinction is liberating. You no longer need to hunt for miracle powders or risky shortcuts. Instead, your focus shifts to what truly works. Habits that support circulation, reduce inflammation, manage stress, and maintain hormonal and metabolic health. That's where lasting, tangible improvement comes from. And that's the advice grounded in science, not hype. Now that we understand what baking soda can and cannot do, it's time to look at the real drivers behind intimate health: circulation, habits, and lifestyle. Luis and Martin's stories illustrate a crucial point: size isn't the problem, circulation is. Healthy blood flow determines how fully your tissue responds. Think of it like a garden hose. If it's kinked, water can't flow properly, no matter how strong the source is. The same principle applies to your body. 3 factors silently affect circulation as men age: low-grade inflammation, excess sodium, and oxidative stress. Chronic inflammation builds gradually, fueled by stress, poor sleep, processed foods, and inactivity. It stiffens blood vessels, reducing their flexibility and limiting blood flow when you need it most. High sodium intake, from processed foods or misused supplements like baking soda, can further tighten these vessels, raising blood pressure and restricting vascular responsiveness. Oxidative stress, caused by free radicals in the body, damages nitric oxide, the molecule that signals vessels to open. Even if you exercise, eat well, or take supplements, oxidative stress can undermine all your efforts if it isn't addressed. This is where lifestyle choices matter most. Daily walking, balanced nutrition, weight management, stress reduction, and consistent sleep all work to protect and restore circulation. Simple habits compound over time. Just 30 minutes of moderate walking daily improves blood vessel flexibility, reduces inflammation, and enhances nitric oxide production. Reducing ultra-processed foods, excessive salt, and sugar helps lower oxidative stress while supporting healthy blood pressure. And managing stress through mindfulness, social connection, or hobbies keeps the nervous system calm, which indirectly supports circulation and intimate responsiveness. Baking soda can play a tiny supporting role here. For example, a warm bath with a pinch of bicarbonate may ease mild skin irritations or sweating, increasing comfort and confidence, but it's never the main tool. Oral use, again, should be measured and occasional, as excessive intake can sabotage circulation instead of enhancing it. The lesson is clear. The powder isn't the hero. Your habits, lifestyle, and daily choices are. Confidence is an equally important piece of the puzzle. Men who feel anxious or fearful about performance create a physiological cascade that restricts blood flow. The mind-body connection is powerful. Stress, shame, or insecurity triggers the nervous system, causing vessels to tighten and reducing natural responsiveness. By addressing these psychological and emotional factors, men often see improvements in firmness and function before any physical intervention. In essence, intimate health over 50 is not about chasing magical powders or shortcuts, it's about creating the right environment inside your body. Circulation, tissue health, hormonal balance, and confidence form a system. When each piece is supported, the results are reliable and sustainable. Misused baking soda disrupts that system. Smart lifestyle choices, guided by understanding and moderation, enhance it. Let's now talk about how to use baking soda safely without turning it into a risk for your circulation. This is where knowledge and moderation make all the difference. Baking soda can help occasionally with mild digestive issues or superficial skin irritation, but it's never a performance enhancer or a shortcut to more size. For skin use, a small pinch dissolved in warm water for a short soak can relieve chafing or itching. The key is gentle. External application, never aggressive rubbing, never on delicate tissue, and never expecting structural changes. This improves comfort, which in turn supports confidence, a factor just as important as circulation itself. Oral use demands even more caution. Small, occasional doses for heartburn or acidity may be fine for healthy adults, but daily or excessive use increases sodium load, impacting blood pressure, kidney function, and vascular health. This is particularly critical for men over 50 who are more likely to have hypertension or cardiovascular concerns. The irony is that using baking soda irresponsibly can reduce the very blood flow you are trying to improve. That's why I always emphasize, it's not a shortcut, it's a tiny tool, used safely, within a broader approach that supports overall circulation and intimate vitality. What truly changes your intimate function is consistent, science-backed lifestyle choices. Daily walking, even just 30 minutes, boosts vascular flexibility. Proper nutrition, rich in vegetables, fruits, lean protein, and healthy fats, reduces inflammation and oxidative stress. Reducing processed foods, sugar, and excess salt protects your blood vessels. Adequate sleep and stress management keep your nervous system calm, allowing vessels to dilate naturally and tissue to fill more fully. All of these factors are cumulative. Each small adjustment adds up to improved circulation, confidence, and reliable intimate response. Let's revisit the mental side. Performance anxiety, shame, or fear can cause real physiological restrictions. Stress signals the nervous system to constrict blood flow, directly reducing firmness and responsiveness. That's why Martin's case was so instructive. Once he focused on lifestyle improvements, stress reduction, and open communication with his partner, his intimate response improved, even though his size never changed. This demonstrates a fundamental truth. Confidence and circulation are inseparable. The more comfortable and assured you feel in your body, the better the physiological outcome. So, the takeaway for baking soda is simple. Use it as a supportive tool, not a hero. Gentle baths or occasional antacid use can help comfort, but the true transformation comes from building a healthy internal environment, good circulation, hormonal balance, mental calm, and sustainable habits. That is the path to reliable, long-lasting improvement in firmness, function, and confidence. Now let's put everything together into a practical routine that men over 50 can follow to support circulation, intimate response, and overall vitality without chasing myths or shortcuts. The first step is movement. A simple daily walk of 30 minutes is more powerful than any powder. Walking stimulates blood flow, reduces inflammation, improves nitric oxide signaling in vessels, and helps regulate blood pressure. Over time, this alone can make tissue feel firmer and more responsive because it restores the natural filling capacity of the circulatory system. Next is nutrition. Focus on foods that support your vascular system. Leafy greens, colorful vegetables, berries, nuts, olive oil, fish, and lean protein. Limit ultra-processed foods, excess sugar, and high-sodium meals. This is where baking soda can play a minor supportive role. Using a pinch in certain dishes to reduce acidity is fine, as long as it doesn't become an overused shortcut. Remember, the goal isn't to alkalize your body completely. Your body already has sophisticated pH buffers, but to avoid excess acidity that could affect circulation and overall health. Sleep and stress management are equally essential. Poor sleep and chronic stress trigger inflammation and vascular constriction. Prioritize 7-8 hours of quality sleep and adopt stress-reducing practices like deep breathing, mindfulness, or enjoyable hobbies. These aren't glamorous fixes, but they restore your body's natural rhythm and optimize your intimate performance from the inside out. Now, for confidence and mental focus. Performance anxiety, shame, or fear can literally reduce blood flow. Open conversations with your partner, building a comfortable and trusting environment, and reframing your goals away from size and toward function will improve results. When the mind relaxes, the body responds better. That is why the psychological aspect is just as critical as circulation, diet, or exercise. Finally, let's address safe, supportive baking soda use. For external comfort, a warm bath with a small amount of baking soda can reduce mild irritation or chafing. Keep it gentle, avoid rubbing, and never treat it as a performance enhancer. Oral use should remain occasional and measured, primarily for digestive relief, never as a daily ritual intended to boost size. Misuse will increase sodium load, potentially raising blood pressure and harming circulation, the exact opposite of what you want. This step-by-step approach movement, nutrition, stress and sleep management, confidence building, and careful, responsible use of baking soda creates a systemic improvement. Each element works together to support your arteries, nerves, and tissue, so the intimate system expresses its full potential. The goal isn't magical growth. It's reliable, consistent responsiveness, and renewed confidence. Over time, these habits compound, producing measurable improvements in firmness, function, and self-assurance. Now let's bring everything together into a realistic 30-day plan that you can actually follow and see meaningful results. The first 14 days are all about establishing a foundation. Start your mornings with a 30-minute walk. Hydrate well. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods, and reduce salt and sugar. If you choose to use baking soda, it should be in moderation. A small pinch in warm water or in food, never as a performance hack. The point is to gently support your body, not overwhelm it. Pay attention to subtle signals, slightly firmer tissue, warmth, or improved comfort. These are your early wins, even before any dramatic physical change occurs. During weeks 3 and 4, add a supportive bath routine once or twice per week. Use a small amount of baking soda in warm water to ease superficial skin irritation. This helps tissue elasticity and comfort, indirectly supporting confidence. Continue walking, eat clean, manage stress, and get consistent sleep. If you already use supplements or prescribed medications for circulation or nitric oxide support, use this foundation to maximize their effectiveness. Timing matters. A buffered internal environment allows these aids to work more reliably. It's essential to set realistic expectations. This isn't about turning back the clock to your 20s. It's about reaching your personal best at your current age. Most men notice meaningful improvements in circulation, firmness, and confidence within 2-4 weeks. The changes are gradual, but they compound. Every small, consistent step strengthens your arteries, nerves, and tissue. The biggest mistake is giving up too early, expecting dramatic overnight results. This approach is sustainable, safe, and effective because it respects your body's physiology rather than chasing myths or quick fixes. Confidence is the hidden variable here. When you feel good about your habits, sleep better, and see subtle improvements, your nervous system relaxes, reducing performance anxiety, blood flows more efficiently, tissue responds better, and your intimate life becomes more reliable. That's the real outcome: firmness, function, and self-assurance, not a centimeter promised by viral videos. Baking soda is only a tiny supportive tool, never the protagonist. The hero is you, your commitment, choices, and consistency. So, take action today. Walk, eat clean, manage stress, prioritize sleep, and use baking soda responsibly, if at all. Track your progress, notice small victories, and keep building confidence. Your real size is in your circulation, your habits, and your mental state, not a powder. If this video helped clarify myths, provided actionable steps, or gave you hope, Share it with a friend. Comment where your